Hello, everyone, and welcome to our new nervous system regulation session live. This is the second time that we are meeting today. The invitation is not to only watch me, because that would not really bring you much benefits, but to actually do the session with me. So follow my lead and then go along. The idea behind hosting these sessions is that as highly sensitive women or men, maybe you're a man watching this, but I know my audience is primarily made of women. Being in business, is really something that is constantly pushing us outside of our comfort zone. There's a lot of triggers that may happen during the day, during the week. We're also navigating a lot of uncertainties, and so it might be the case. You might relate to the idea that being self-employed is more triggering somehow than having a 9 to 5. However, having a 9 to 5 is extremely hard for us to do because we need to be flexible and to have work that really matters and has meaning and has an impact in the world. So I do believe myself that being self-employed is the best possibility for my life, but it is challenging, of course. Before we start, something else I wanted to share with you, because there's a lot of people who are speaking about the nervous system, which is wonderful because we really have this awareness that this is what's going on when we're triggered, when we are in fight or flight, when we've been in fight or flight, we've been in survival for too long, and we go to dorsal mode. I explained that a little bit last time. It's great that we talk about it, but something that we don't often hear, and it's a lot of what Deb Dana shares. She's an expert in the field of nervous system. Is that we have this idea that okay, I get dysregulated, so I have something that's stressful. Maybe I'm spiraling about lack of money or lack of clients, or maybe I'm scared that I'm going to launch this new product, this new offer, and nobody will buy it, or maybe I need to speak at an event and that's super stressful, right? So we know, okay, I'm getting triggered, or my nervous system is getting dysregulated. But I hear from a lot of people this reaction against the nervous system, as if our nervous system was the culprit or was an enemy, to be like, oh, I wish I wasn't triggered. The problem is that I get triggered, but that's not a problem. And the fact that you have a nervous system, that's basically what makes you human. We all have a nervous system, and we are all dysregulated several times per day, and we just react differently. So some people show it more, other people show it less, but we never really know what's going on inside a person. And I find it a beautiful concept. We go back to this concept of, in mindfulness, of common humanity, because knowing that everyone gets triggered and everyone goes in and out of fight or flight or fawn or whatever, that everyone experiences anxiety at some point, it just makes you less alone, I want to say. And your nervous system really is at the service of you. It never works against you. This is also something I had a conversation last week with an old friend, and she was telling me, anxiety has been the uninvited guest in my life, and what a bitch, And I, of course, I understand it feels this way. It feels this way to me too. Like, oh, I wish I didn't have it. I wish I could just, I would be much happier if I wasn't experiencing anxiety. But anxiety and stress and chronic stress and whatever you're experiencing as a symptom of dysregulation is just a message, is a message from your body to say, hey, there is this thing that you haven't been listening to. There's this thing that's not aligned. There's this need that you have that you are not listening to, that you're not acknowledging, and that you are not voicing. So you cannot meet it either. And the last thing I want to say is how, you know, I read a lot this idea that we tend as women to put ourselves last on the to-do list. But it's more complex than that. It's more complex than just, oh, here are all the things I need to do. And if I have some time left, then I'll do something for myself. I find I just had this realization that it's about the responsibilities that we carry. You know, you're responsible for your clients, for your work, you're responsible to make an income, you're responsible for your children, for your pets, for your loved ones, you're responsible to keep the harmony and the peace at home, in your family at large, maybe in your community. We're responsible for many things. And so that when a need comes, that like you have needs, you're a human being, that needs comes, and then you just put it aside. I cannot listen to that need right now because I must first answer the needs of others. Or but it's not as clear as them saying, you know, oh, your need doesn't matter, mine matters more than you. It's never that straightforward. You know, it's just we do that to ourselves. It's like, oh, but I cannot listen to this because I need to do that. And that's when you feel torn. And this gap there, that's what that's one of the reasons why we experience anxiety. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, and if you can relate, if you've experienced that as well, if you can relate to this interpretation of what it means to put ourselves last. So coming here today to a practice like this one means that we are giving ourselves the space on a regular basis to come back to our center, to come back to a state of regulation. And the more you do that, and like I explained last week, the more you do that, not only because, oh my God, you know, I'm experiencing a lot of stress right now, so I need regulation. It works. It's great that you do that. It's awesome to resort to the tools that you have, but also as a regular practice, just to open the conversation between you and your body, you and your nervous system, and to find that safety within yourself, that it's okay to tell the truth, to tell your truth to yourself, to listen, to not be scared of what might come up, and to know that whatever you experience, it's okay. You can walk through it. Nothing is too big for you to experience inside your body. There's no emotions that will come up and that will kill you. You know, I know that the mind says that because I've experienced it myself. I'm gonna die. You know, no, no. But we can cultivate that safety within. So with that, I invite you to practice with me right now. And the first thing we're going to do is simply to take a seated position. You can do it in your chair, you can do it on the floor, whatever feels more comfortable for you right now. And we're going to start by rolling gently our shoulders, this little micro movement here. And notice the sensations, how it feels in your body to do that. And you can close your eyes. I do it automatically. I just love to have that interior relationship to myself, these feelings. Okay, and now we go to the other side, rotate in the other direction. Lovely. And we're going to stop this movement and we're going to start rotating our head. Always follow what feels good. If you feel that there's a spot that needs a little bit more stretching, give it some love. There's no wrong way to do this. And the next time your chin is against your chest, we're going to pause and go the other direction. Okay, we come back to center. Now we're going to stretch our arms. So I'm just going to go and open your arms really wide, and you want to feel the stretch here in your shoulders. And then you hold. Don't hurt yourself, but give it a really good stretch. And release. Maybe. Okay, and then do it one more time. And release. And now we're going to tap a little bit on the collarbones. And activate a little bit the legs here. You want to give this position to your hands and give a little bit of pressure. If you prefer, you can also have your legs just in front of you and go up to your feet. This is really good activation to the nerves there and the fascia. Okay, if you have some essential oils or something, or just oil or massage oil, go ahead and you can fetch that. Otherwise, you don't need it, it's fine. But I have mine right here. It's a monoi oil. I love to play with scents. It's a really good way to also bring safety and calm within. I love the magnolia scent, lavender, mint I use, or eucalyptus I use mostly when I have a headache, which luckily is not the case today. So I'm going to take a little bit of my oil, and what we're going to do now, we're going to give ourselves a little foot massage. So you can keep your socks on, you can take them off, whatever feels good to you, but we're just going to give that 5 minutes attention to our feet. And there's no wrong way to do this. You're just going to follow what feels good. Give pressure where it's needed. Stretch the way it's needed. And just bring your attention to what it feels, how it feels inside your feet. It's a good moment to also try and not engage too much with your thoughts. Oftentimes when we are in silence, our thoughts start to wander and we think about problems that need solutions and things that need to be done. But for this moment right now, you're just here to be, not to solve anything. Just to tend to your nervous system. You can switch to the other foot. And notice maybe the different sensations that you've had from one foot to the other. Don't forget your ankles, they're full of tension. At least mine are. Okay. A little bit of oil left to put on my own hands. And the next exercise we're going to do is we're going to practice a long exhale. So we're going to inhale to a count of 4 or 5. And then we're going to pause. So we're going to stop our breath. And then we're going to breathe out, exhale up to 8 or 9, a count of 8 or 9 if you can. You don't need to, force yourself too much, but a little bit really helps. We do that because when you exhale longer than your inhale, you activate your parasympathetic system. So you're telling your body we're safe and you can go back to homeostasis, so out of survival mode, basically. Okay, let's do it. So breathe in, block, and exhale. And as you exhale, you try to count to 8 or 9. Breathe in, block, exhale. Breathe in, block, exhale. Breathe in, block, exhale. And one more time. Breathe in, block, exhale. Awesome. Now you can hear that my family is knocking at my door, and that's why I have a key. This is how I protect my space, because otherwise it's impossible. My next invitation is for you to, as you are here right now, just to think of a memory of a really good day, of maybe it was something fun or something where you felt good about yourself, where you were with people you loved, or maybe you were alone and having a great experience. Whatever memory comes in your mind, you can close your eyes if it's easier to visualize it. The first memory that comes, a really good day, let it come to you. And we're going to time travel to that day a little bit. I'm thinking of the day that we took the plane from France to move to Portugal. It was the beginning of an adventure, really, and I felt so excited and a bit scared, but so alive. So that's mine. Let your memory come to you and try to remember, or call rather, the emotions that were present that day. Where did you feel these emotions in your body? Can you feel them again right now? Do you remember maybe what you were wearing or the temperature, the light, maybe some colors, a taste, a smell? If there were people with you, where were they? Around you, next to you, in front of you? What did they look like? And just let all of these sensations and memories be present right here and right now. Let yourself bathe in the beautiful memory and the great emotions that brings you. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes and keep the emotions with you. When we do that, our minds tend to always scan for threats or for things that we wish had been different, or mistakes we've made, remorses we have, regrets, or scans for the future as well. What's a potential future threat? What can I do better in the future? What might happen that is putting me at risk? Like I was saying at the beginning of this practice, your nervous system is basically a radar to help you survive. Um, it's not against you, it's really working for you. But we can train our brain to look for the beautiful things. And, I journal a lot. Maybe you journal too. And I usually free journal. So I'm just going to write whatever is in my mind. I like brain dump. And a lot of the times is things that I need to do, things that I don't know how to do, things that I didn't go so well. This is just, we're humans. This is what it's very natural and normal. But when you journal or when you spend a moment like we just did, reconnecting with a memory that was really good, you are training your brain to savor that and to look for more of that. And in that moment, when you feel those emotions of excitement or creativity or feeling alive, like I was saying, or joy or just peace, reconnecting with that, you embody your true self. Your true self, the calm self or the centered self that is not being triggered by a stress response, that is not in a trauma response either. You're just being your real you. And the more you can create this kind of experiences in your day to day where you're connected to that real you, the better you can face life and find joy and creativity in the things that we have to do as well. I hope that this practice has been helpful for you. If yes, please come back next week, share a little message with me, a little comment, share with your friends. It's completely free. I want to do it once a week, every Thursday at the same hour. I hope that you feel great, and I wish you a great rest of your day. Bye.